Greetings. Welcome to CEC Gurukul Lectures. In the previous session, we talked about the meaning of financial statements, and we also talked about the meaning and preparation of manufacturing account and trading account. We are continuing with our previous lecture, that is the preparation of financial statements. In today's lecture, we are going to talk about all the items which are appearing in the trading account, what are the closing entries of the trading account, and what is the difference between trading account and manufacturing account. We are also going to discuss about, we are going to talk about some more examples of manufacturing account and trading account. So the other item which is appearing on the debit side of the trading account is purchases. So purchases basically refers to those goods which have been bought for resale purpose. It includes all type of purchase, whether the purchases are cash purchase or credit purchase. The following items are shown by way of deduction from the amount of purchases. There are some items which you need to deduct from the purchases. The first item which you need to deduct from the purchases is purchase return, which is also known as return outward. The second item which you need to deduct from purchases is goods withdrawn by proprietor for his personal use. If any goods which are withdrawn by the proprietor for his personal use, that has to be deducted from the purchase. Reason being, if goods are withdrawn by an owner for his personal use, in that case the entry would be drawings account debit to purchase account. Generally purchase has a debit balance, and whenever there is a decrease in the amount of purchase, in that case we credited the purchase account. In this case, what we have done, the general entry in this case is drawings account debit to purchase. We have credited the purchase. So because of any reason, if your purchases are decreasing, in that case you need to deduct it. The other item which you need to deduct from purchases is goods received on consignment basis or on approval basis or on hire purchase basis. The other item is goods distributed by way of free sample. If we have distributed some goods by way of free sample for the promotional purpose, in that case this transaction is ultimately decreasing the value of purchase. So the entry will be, in this case, advertisement expenses, advertisement account debit to purchases. So in this case also we have credited the purchase. The other transaction which is given here is goods given as charity. If we have goods, we have given goods as a charity, that is again reducing the amount of purchase. So all those items which are reducing the amount of purchase will be deducted from the total purchases while preparing the trading account. The third item which appear on the trading account is a direct expense. The direct expenses are those expenses which are directly attributable to the purchases of goods or to bring the goods in a saleable condition. And the examples of these goods are carriage inward. Carriage inward, this is carriage paid for bringing the goods to the godown, is treated as carriage inward, and this is charged, this is shown on the debit side of the trading account. The next item of direct expenses is freight and insurance. Freight and insurance paid for acquiring goods or making them saleable is debited to trading account. If it is paid for the sale of goods, then it is charged to the profit and loss account. So in question, if it is given freight inward, then it is to be shown in the trading account because it is a direct expense, and if it is given freight outward, that means that is charged on the sale, and the all selling and distribution expenses are shown in the profit and loss account. The next item of direct expenses is wages. Wages incurred in a business is a direct. When it is incurred on manufacturing or merchandise or on making it saleable, it is shown on the debit side of a trading account. The next item of direct expenses is manufacturing expenses. All expenses incurred in manufacturing the goods in the factory, such as factory rent, factory insurance, are debited to the trading account. Royalties, these are the payments made to the patentee, author or landlord for the right to use his patent, copyright or land. If royalty is paid on the basis of production, then it is shown on the debit side of the trading account, and if it is paid on the basis of sale, then it is to be shown on the debit side of the profit and loss account. The next item which appear on the credit side of the trading account is sales. Sales include all type of sales, whether cash sales or credit sales. We need to deduct sales return from this sales. The following item you need to consider while calculating sales. If a fixed asset such as a furniture, machinery is sold, it should not be included in sale, because these are not to be considered as sale. If we have sold goods only then it is to be treated as sales. If we have sold any fixed asset, that cannot be treated as a sale. The next item is goods sold on consignment or on hire purchase or on a sale or return basis should be recorded separately. If we have sold some goods on a consignment basis, that cannot be considered as a sale, so that should not be included in the sales. If goods have been sold but not yet dispatched, these should not be shown under the sales but are to be included in closing stock. Sales of goods on behalf of others and forwarded sales should also be excluded from sales. So these items you need to consider while calculating sales. This is the format of trading account, and this shows all the expenses are to be shown on the debit side and all the incomes, which is a sale, are shown on the credit side. By preparing trading account, what we calculate? We calculate either gross profit or gross loss. Now the closing entries for trading account. The preparation of trading account required the passing of entries to transfer the balances of accounts of all the concerned item to the trading account. The entries required for such transfer are called closing entries. Since such entries will close the accounts of all concerned items, so these entries are known as closing entries. So the accounts to be closed are opening stock account, purchase account, accounts of direct expenses. Direct expenses include wages, carriage inward, freight inward. These are the example of direct expenses. So if these accounts are to be closed, the entry which would be passed: trading account debit to opening stock, to purchases account, to direct expenses account. The second account which we need to close is purchase return account. How to close this account? The entry would be purchase return account debit to purchase account. Third is sales account. To close this, entry would be sales account debit to trading account. Fourth is sales return account debit to sales return account. So these were the entry to close the accounts. So how to close the trading account? So to close the trading account, the balance of this trading account is transferred, which is the gross profit or gross loss. This balancing figure is transferred to the next account, which is a profit and loss account. So how to close this trading account? The first case is in case of gross profit. When there is a gross profit arise when the credit side exceed debit side. So this is the case of gross profit. In this case, the accounting entry which you need to pass is trading account debit to profit and loss account, and in case of gross loss, the entry would be profit and loss account debit to trading account. So the balancing figure of this trading account, which is either a gross profit or gross loss, will be transferred to the profit and loss account. Let's understand this trading account with the help of example. This is the information given to you, and you need to calculate the cost of goods sold, which is also known as COGS. You need to pass the general entries and prepare trading account for the year ending 31st March 2018. So what is given here? The opening stock, purchases, sales return, carriage outward, wages, salaries, freight inward, sales, purchase return, and closing stock is given on 31st March was rupees 1,43,000. So the first thing which you need to calculate here according to this question, that is COGS, which is cost of goods sold. I have already explained you the formula to calculate cost of goods sold. The formula is opening stock plus purchases minus purchase return plus direct expenses minus closing stock. So the opening stock which is given in this question is 1,50,000. Purchases are given 1,80,000. Purchase return are 2,000. Direct expenses are given here 10,000, and the closing stock the closing stock is given 1,43,000. So this comes to 1,98,000. The total cost of goods sold is 1,98,000. The second point which is asked here is to pass the entries to prepare the trading account. The entry which you need to pass to prepare the trading account is, these are the closing entries: trading account debit, to opening stock, to purchases, to all direct expenses. And the examples of direct expenses are wages, freight inward, sales return. You need to close this account. So the entry which we have done is trading account debit, to opening stock, to purchases, to wages, to freight inward, and to sales return with the respective account amount. The next entry is sales account debit with 2,50,000, closing stock account debit 143, purchase return debit 2,000 to the trading account. These are the items which would be appearing on the credit side. On the credit side of the trading account, sales is shown, closing stock is shown, purchase return, it is deducted from the purchases. That's why it is shown as a debit item. The last one is the gross profit is transferred, the balancing figure of this trading account, which is known as a gross profit. So this gross profit will be transferred to the profit and loss account. For passing that entry, the entry would be trading account debit to profit and loss account, and this balancing figure comes to 49,000. That means the gross profit of this account is 49,000. So this is the trading account which we have prepared. Opening stock is coming on the debit side, 1,50,000. Purchases were 180. We have deducted purchase return, which is 2,000. The net amount, net purchases, which are shown here, 1,78,000. Wages, freight inward, which are the examples of direct expenses, are shown in the trading account, 10,000 and 3,000. See on the credit side. On the credit side, we have shown the sales which are 2,50,000. We have deducted the sales return, which is rupees 3,000. The net sales which are shown here is 2,47,000. The closing stock which was given in the question was 1,43,000. So total of the credit side is 3,90,000, which exceed the credit side exceed the debit side. Our revenues are more than the expenses. In this case, gross profit is arrived. So this gross profit, which is a balancing figure, will be transferred to the next account, which is a profit and loss account. Let's understand this trading account by taking one more example. These are the ledger balances which are given by Messrs. Sharma as on 31st March 2019. Opening stock is given 10,000, purchases 160, carriage inward 10,000, wages 30, freight 8,000, sales are given 3 lakh, return inward, return outward, royalty on production, and gas and fuel. These are the given here. In additional information, closing stock is given. So two prices are given here. One is market price and another is cost price. As I have already explained you, if two prices of stock are given, then we need to consider cost price or market price, whichever is less according to the convention of conservatism. The second item as an additional information which is given here is stock value rupees 10,000 were destroyed by the fire. This is a very important point, and the insurance company admitted the claim up to the extent of rupees 6,000 only. In this case, goods which are destroyed by fire, this is an abnormal loss. So the goods which are destroyed by fire is rupees 10,000, whereas the claim which was accepted by the insurance company is up to the extent of rupees 6,000. So basically there is a loss of rupees 4,000, because actual loss was 10,000, but out of which 6,000 was admitted by the insurance company. So the actual loss, the difference amount, which is rupees 4,000, is the actual loss and will be shown in the profit and loss account. We will be talking about that. Then the other additional information which is given in this question is goods withdrawn by the owner for personal use, which is rupees 3,000. Outstanding wages are also given in this question, 4,000. Freight was paid in advance for rupees 1,000. So let's understand with the trading account. So the opening stock which was given in the question was 10,000. Purchases 1,60,000. We have deducted purchase return, which is rupees 10,000. So 1,60,000 minus 10,000, this comes to 1,50,000. So all the items because of which the purchases are reducing will be deducted from this purchase. So there is one more item which is given here, that is goods withdrawn by owner for personal use. So we have deducted because of this reason, because of this transaction your purchases are reducing, so we have deducted this 3,000 out of 1,50,000. So this comes to 1,47,000. Next item which is given on the debit side of the trading account is wages. So wages are given here 30,000 and we have added 4,000 as a outstanding wages. As I already explained you in the previous lecture that we follow accrual basis of accounting, and that says if any item, any expense which is related with the current year has to be shown in that year irrespective of the fact that is paid or not. So in the information which is given to you, 30,000 was the wages paid, out of which and 4,000 was the outstanding wages. So out of 34,000 only 30,000 was paid and 4,000 this was the amount which was not paid, which was outstanding. But the point is, if the total amount which is 34,000, it is this expense is related with the current year, so according to the accrual basis the entire expense which is related to the current year will be shown in the current year only, in spite of the fact whether it is paid or not. So that's why we have added 4,000 as a outstanding wages. The total amount shown in the outer column is 34,000. The next item is carriage inward, which is given 10,000. Freight was given in the question 8,000, but out of 8,000 1,000 is given in the additional information is that freight was paid in advance. That is, this freight is we have paid in advance rupees 1,000 which is relating to the next year. So any expense which is relating to the next year and paid this year will be deducted, as this item is not relating to this year but you have paid, but that doesn't matter, and we follow accrual basis of accounting, and that says all those expenses, all those incomes which are related with the current year will be shown this year only, and because of that fact we have deducted rupees 1,000 out of 8,000. So how much we have paid? We have paid 8,000, out of which 1,000 was related with the next year. So the actual expense which is related with the current year is rupees 7,000 only. Next item which is appearing on the debit side is royalty on production. This is given in the question 6,000. Gas and fuel, this is 2,000. And see on the credit side, all incomes are shown, and the first item is given sales 3 lakh, sales return 16,000. The net amount is net sales are 2,84,000. There is one more item which is appearing on the credit side of the trading account, and this item is loss of stock by fire. Why we have shown this loss of stock by fire on the credit side? There are two ways of doing this, treating this transaction. That is the second transaction. It is given here, stock valued rupees 10,000 were destroyed by fire. So if because this goods are destroyed by fire, either you can show this item, you can deduct this item as an abnormal loss from the purchases, or you can show it on the credit side. Both are the same thing. Either you can deduct it from the purchases or show it on the credit side, as we have shown in this question that by loss of stock by fire on the credit side with rupees 10,000. Out of this 10,000, only claim which was accepted by the insurance company was 6,000. So the actual loss, which is 4,000, will be shown in the profit and loss account. There is also other way out. Either what we can do, we can show the entire amount of loss, goods destroyed by fire on the credit side, and this will be shown with the name by profit and loss account 10,000, and this loss will be appeared on the debit side of the profit and loss account, and the amount which is admitted by the insurance company, which will be our income, will be shown on the credit side of the profit and loss account. This particular transaction we will be discussing more about when we will be preparing this profit and loss account. The other item which is shown here is closing stock, that is rupees 20,000. Let's take one more example. This is a comprehensive example, and this includes the preparation of manufacturing account and trading account both. So the information which is given here, the stock of raw materials, semi-finished goods, finished goods, all are given. Purchases of raw material, finished goods, carriage inward, manufacturing wages, salary of supervisor, rent of the factory, gas and water, return of raw material, fuel and coal, factory power, fire insurance, sales return, depreciation, closing stock, sales, carriage outward, and office salary. This is the information which is given to you, and out of this information we have to prepare manufacturing account and trading account. So when we are preparing both the accounts, manufacturing account and trading account, since we are assuming that we are in a manufacturing concern, so when we are preparing both the accounts, so how to prepare the first account, which is a manufacturing account, and we know this account represent the cost of production or cost of goods sold. So the items which are appearing on the debit side of this account, the opening stock of raw material and opening stock of semi-finished goods. Opening stock of finished goods will not be shown here. This will be shown in the trading account only. Then the next item is purchases. We have deducted returns, purchase return out of this. The next item is carriage inward on raw material, manufacturing wages, factory expenses, salary of supervisor. Since this item is related with the factory only, so this will be shown in the manufacturing account. As you can see, all the items which are related with the factory are shown in the manufacturing account. On the credit side, we have shown the closing stock of raw material and semi-finished goods. So the balancing figure of this account is 1,17,600. This is the cost of production or cost of goods produced. That means the goods which we have produced, cost of those goods is rupees 1,17,600, and this amount will be transferred to trading account. So if we are preparing trading account in continuation with the manufacturing account, the first item which will be appearing here is the opening stock of finished goods, which is given here in the question, 26,000. The second item we will be showing here is cost of production, which is transfer from the manufacturing account and which is rupees 1,17,600. The next item is purchase account, purchase of finished goods only, not raw material, not semi-finished goods. Only if the purchases are of finished goods will be shown in this account. On the credit side, sales will be shown, sales return will be deducted, and closing stock of finished goods will be shown here. And this account represents the gross profit, since credit side exceed debit side, so there is a gross profit of rupees 69,400, and this gross profit will be transferred to profit and loss account. So these were the two accounts, manufacturing account and trading account. Now, what is the difference between trading account and manufacturing account? Manufacturing account is prepared to find out the cost of goods produced or cost of goods sold, whereas trading account is prepared to find out gross profit or gross loss. The balance of manufacturing account is transferred to trading account, and the balance of trading account is transferred to profit and loss account. Sale of scrap is shown in the manufacturing account, whereas sale of scrap is not shown in the trading account. Stock of raw material, work in progress are shown in the manufacturing account, whereas stock of finished goods only is shown in the trading account. Manufacturing account is a part of the trading account, and trading account is a part of the profit and loss account. Thank you so much, everyone. So in the upcoming lecture, we would be discussing about profit and loss account and balance sheet. Thank you so much.